I'm out at Ximuwu and been here actually for the last 5 days or so, and I'm actually scouting for one of the other vehicles that's mobile at the moment. I'm all the way up in Ximuwu Dam, which is close to the boundary of Bululi, and look at what I found. So that lying over there is a hippo carcass, and behind it is a young male lion. And they obviously managed to bring this down at some stage. I'm assuming there's possibly a second lion or maybe even a few more, but so far I've only spotted this boy enjoying the shade, and it looks like quite a young hippo. Maybe it had sustained some wounds prior that made it a little bit weaker, or they've managed to bring it down. It's quite impressive. Mostly what has been eaten is actually just around the back of the head and a little bit closer to the rump. I'll see if I can get some good footage for us, and maybe a little later they'll start feeding again. So as you can see here, they've kind of eaten around the skull. Quite a young hippo. You can see by the size of the head and the size of the general body size. And quite fresh. I mean, we drove here pretty much yesterday. There was actually a bush lunch set up here yesterday, so I imagine this all happened last night. As you can see, that lion's not too full. He's pretty full, but he's not extremely bloated. Carcass looks nice and fresh. Flies have only just come onto it. You can see that where they've pulled it a little bit, there isn't too many tracks over the top of it, also indicating that it is a fairly fresh carcass. So super excited, very, very happy find. It's been a tough couple days out here. So this is just a beautiful reward. This male lion doesn't look all that full just yet, but as we know, they can pack quite a lot away. Oh, there we go. Beautiful. Quite a young looking male. Pretty keen to get a bit of a closer look at him. Doesn't seem to be too nervous with vehicles, so obviously not shy of vehicles, and must have had them around in the past. It'd be pretty interesting to know whether he's a Klaserie resident or if he's come out of the Bululi, because we're not too far from a neighbouring pride in the Bululi. I think the Ngati pride's probably the closest to here. Otherwise, we are in the area where the Sark pride usually dominates. Looks like this male actually might be waking up a little bit. Can always be hopeful.
Are you calling me, Mikey? Yeah, I am. I just want to let you know that I snuck in there quickly and got a few tail in, but I did get them, so thank you very much for authorizing this.
Oh, this is beautiful. Perfect time of the day to have him coming down. He's actually got quite a bit of a swollen-like elbow. It almost looks like a bit of an abscess or water that's a build-up in there. Maybe an old injury. Now, having had some time to actually have a look at this male lion, you can actually see his nose is pretty dark, so it looks like a mature male. Initially, it was kind of hard to tell because of how scruffy his mane is. It's kind of making me think that it might be one of the Ngati males, which would be pretty cool. Yeah, he's just caught on to that. The vultures are pulling into the carcass. There he goes, running back to go and claim his prize. Let's head on back there. He might actually feed it a little bit. That'll be quite cool. And I must confess that it was actually all thanks to this hooded vulture sitting on the stump that I came looking down this end of the dam. And thankfully, he led us right to the lion that was feeding on this hippo carcass. So unfortunately, guys, we are wrapping up here. The other vehicles that I've been scouting for are going to be making their way into the area, so we're going to give them preference of this sighting. But in all fairness, it doesn't look like he's going to be getting up to all that much. So what we'll do is we'll hopefully swing past tomorrow and come and check up on them, or him, and see what else has happened.